Previously on Balls.
All right. Anyway, we're keeping Mr. Player.
Yes, let us not.
Keep him holding on. Gary, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Nice to speak to you three guys. Are you all there?
All
yeah, Mr. Player. Thank you.
Well, I tell you, I wouldn't like to play in a 4-ball with you guys. I doesn't matter what I score, I'd never win.
Yeah, well, I think we battle with John because I don't think he's ever held a club in anger in his life. So
No, never.
But,
He's got Ray Charles on his handicapping committee.
yeah, exactly. I think Simon's got that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic. I've had a wonderful 5 weeks on the farm, working with this big bulldozer, and I just am so passionate about this farm. And now I'm going to America tomorrow. We'll tee off from the Masters, and I'm going to play in a tournament in Switzerland. And Jack Nicklaus and I are going to be playing in the Legends, so I'm looking forward to this trip.
Wow, so there we go. Some nice golf lineup. Of course, the Masters as a former champion. I just want to ask you, Gary, I've been having a debate with someone about the green jacket. And obviously we know the story about your green jacket back in the time. But, I mean, does every winner's green jacket still have to stay in the locker at Augusta?
Yes, it's supposed to, but, you know, ever since I took it away, without really knowing it, they seem to have been a little bit more lenient, and some of the guys now are taking it away, and I think they're doing away with that idea. I know Trevor Immelman wore it, and some of the other guys are wearing it in some special occasions. So I asked the president of the club once, why do you make all these rules so difficult at your club, so confusing? They said, just so that our members don't know too much.
And there are not a lot of members there, really, are there? Not a lot of members that can actively play golf.
Well, there are quite a few, but if you ever write it or say anything that they don't like, you quietly get a letter saying you're no more a member.
Yeah, there we go. Just like
Mind your P's and Q's, yeah.
That's why when they came out and they asked a few years ago, when this lady was demonstrating about a lady not being admitted into the club as a member, and they asked all the members and champions, Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, everybody said no comment. And I said, of course they should allow a member. And Tiger Woods backed me up. Of course, I'll never be a real member, but that's all right. I believed in what I said, and it's come to fruition.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, one of the I think the best things I've ever done in my life, when people say what are the greatest things that you've done, was the opportunity. I didn't get a chance to play there, but I did get the opportunity through one of the through the I think it was I didn't call him the greenskeeper, but the guy who basically looked after the golf course actually took me around Augusta in downtime. And I just drove around the whole golf course and saw the compound where they leave all the studios there throughout the year. And I mean, it looks nothing like you'd see it on TV. It looks like God just dropped a carpet on this very beautiful place. It's unbelievably beautiful. And one of the nicest moments I said when we got to 18 was, please, I'd just like to, if I can, just walk onto the green and stand where Gary Player hit the putt to win his last Masters. And I stood in that very spot.
Well, that gives me goosebumps to hear that, and it's just the talent that I was loaned from the man above, and I used it to the best of my ability. But that greenkeeper's got a very tough job there, very precarious, because if they find one weed, he's out.
That's scary.
So I can assure you, he's there with a torch at midnight before the tournament.
And every year they get it ready, just in pristine condition. I just want to go back to you, obviously the farm in Colesberg, and I mean, do you actually get on the implements yourself? Do you get on the tractor and all that stuff and get stuck in and get your hands dirty?
Oh, yes, I've been lifting rocks, and I'm doing a special breeding area, and I'm putting in flowers and transplanting trees, and I carry the rocks, and I put in poles, carry the poles, mix cement, and that's how I keep young.
No, but haven't you got people that keep coming to you saying, Gary, come on now, you shouldn't be picking up rocks and stuff like that?
They all do that.
I hope you pay yourself a nice minimum wage.
You must remember, they come and tell me this because they get a commission, you see. What I win in golf and make on the side of golf, so they're very, 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 very sensitive.
Oh, fantastic, man. All right, so tomorrow you head off to the States, and then your first obviously your first assignment is the Masters next week.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to it, and I tell you, Tiger Woods has come back
Yeah.
at the right time. hasn't
Wow. Yeah, that was going to be our next question about how about that comeback. You know, just a year ago, maybe just over a year ago, people were saying, will he ever come back? And I think when we spoke to you, you said, I think you were saying that just through his talent, if he can get all the, off-course stuff behind him, he's got enough talent to go back and win some more majors.
Absolutely. And a lot of people were writing him off. But, I mean, he had his problems, and he had, so many teachers. He got confused, plus his own problems. But now he's sorting it out, and there's nobody playing today, nobody that's even close to him, really, when Tiger Woods is Tiger Woods, there's nobody even close. I mean, with all due respect to Rory and McIlroy, who I admire as a golfer and as a person, no fact, John. He is the most talented man that has ever put a club in his hand.
Wow.
Of any man that ever lived. Now, whether he'll pass Nicklaus's majors or not, or win the most tournaments ever, only God knows. But the man there's nobody that's around that can play like him.
You say, I mean, even so, even with throwing Jack Nicklaus and some of the great names that you've played with, you say none of them had the talent that Tiger Woods possesses.
Yeah, Nicklaus and Woods are very close. But Tiger Woods has the edge. I think he is the most talented man that ever played golf. Of course, Sam Snead and Ben Hogan and Jack Nicklaus, they were so good. In fact, Ben Hogan was way better than anybody I ever saw from tee to green. But, I played on junk greens, and never mind what he played with, and a ball that wasn't round and wooden club heads. I mean, it's just... I was looking at them. I go to bed at 9 o'clock because I'm up at 5 o'clock here, but I watched a little bit of a golf yesterday, and I watched them putting on those greens and those fairways, and $1 million first prize, and they're flying in their jets. My goodness me, I don't know what that meant, but anyway, I had a great time. In fact, I think I had more fun than they had because it wasn't all business.
Yeah, great. Absolutely, yeah. It wasn't all about just the money and, as you say, all those things thrown in. And conditions are a lot more different in those days than they are now.
You can imagine, I fly to America tomorrow non-stop. And it used to take 40 hours with 6 children in propellers stopping 4 times.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just amazing the difference of the guys today, and it's wonderful. I'm not envious. I just think it's terrific to see that things have improved to such a great deal.
Have you ever thought of trying to do that again, just one more time? I mean, because they've still got those planes. I mean, there's one at Joburg International or Tambo that I think they fly every now and again. Just to do it one more time, Mr. Player, the way you did it back in the day.
I can just imagine Ernie Els getting on the plane with 6 children and sitting there in tourist class with those long legs of his. And instead of that, he just gets in a plane, never handles his baggage, pilots and everybody to help him, $1 million first prizes. Oh boy, I think it's fantastic, I must say.
Awesome stuff. Final one for Mr. Player, anybody? All happy?
Yeah, I'd like to know who, besides Tiger, which South African he fancies for the Masters.
Very difficult to say. Louis Oosthuizen's got the swing of perfection. How much desire he has and how much passion only he knows inside. Charles Schwartzel playing very nicely at the moment. Is Brandon Grace, did he make it?
Brandon Grace in the Masters. Simon will check. I think he might be. Yes. Yeah.
He did, because they wanted me to have a practice round with him on the Tuesday, which was a nice gesture. So, Trevor Immerman's game has gone off terribly, which is sad. So it's very hard to say. It's 1 week of your life. Whoever putts well does well.
Yeah. Yes. There it is, and that's the key there, because you see how tricky those greens can be. Mr. Blair, we appreciate your time. Travel safely tomorrow. Have a great time at the Masters. We'll look out for you there, and the rest of your trip as well.
Just out of interest, is the Learjet parked on the farm, or do you have to go to Cape Town to catch a flight? Simon,
I'll tell you, I'm really stepping it out. I go by bus.
Take the Greyhound.
And I tell you what, Lee Trevino, you heard the story of Lee Trevino. Lee Trevino loves to tease people, and they all take it well. And the black and white guys on our tour in America are great. and they were complaining about the black guys saying how tough it was in the old days. And Lee Trevino says, hell, man, I got on the bus down south before Civil Rights Bill was passed, and the bus driver said, hey, listen, man, Negroes to the back of the bus. He said, I'm not a Negro, I'm a Mexican. He says, well, get off the bus.
Gary, travel safe. Always great to chat to you, and we look forward to chatting again sometime. Enjoy your trip.
All right, take care,
Cheers.
guys.
Thank you so much,
Bye-bye. There we go. Gary Player joining us from his farm in Colesberg. Always an interesting story and interesting chat with
76 years old, eh?
Better phone Sport Billy and see if he's okay.
I'm sure he was
And
listening.
bounce if they're okay or they haven't had any kind of problem.
This is Balls Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Balls.co.za